Alright guys, welcome to this episode of Head-to-Head Battles. In today's episode, I'm going to be teaching you how to remote duel and how to do it on a budget, okay? So, before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, drop a like and comment down below. Have you remote dueled already? And what was your experience like? Also guys, we're selling sealed product of Genesis Impact cases and booster boxes over at HeadtoHeadBattles.com and use code BOXBREAK5 for 5% off and CaseBreak10 for 10% off your cases, alright guys? So without further ado, let's roll the intro and get right into the video. Alright, so you want a remote duel. You want to feel that competitiveness that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, I'm here to help you out. My name is Susu, and let's get started, okay? The first thing you're going to need is a Konami ID. Now, what is a Konami ID? It's basically your driver's license, but for Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a way for your local store to identify you when you do sign up for their tournaments, okay? Now you're asking yourself, how do I get a Konami ID? Well, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is go to the official Konami website and sign up, and they'll basically give you your ID that you can use for any local tournament or any Konami sanctioned event. The second thing you're going to need are real cards. You need a deck, an IRL deck. And now I know you haven't played in a while, 3 formats have gone by, 2 ban lists have dropped. You need singles. Use our TCG player affiliate code down in the description box down below for your singles. But yeah, so you can't actually use proxies during your remote duels. You need to use real cards. So I want you to go to your binder, go to your deck box, put your deck together, play some test hands, and see how you do. The next thing you're going to need, which is also free, or technically you've already invested in it, is a phone and or webcam. Now, I want to nudge you towards using your phone because generally speaking, any phone that was made even in the last 3 to 5 years has a much better camera quality than a webcam will. And on top of that, webcams right now are very expensive due to the ongoing pandemic. So I would kind of lean away from buying a new webcam and just use your phone. Now, the next thing you're going to need is a program. Now, your phone doesn't act like a dedicated webcam, but there is software for that. So if you are on your Android device, I would recommend you use and download Irwin. Irwin is a program that allows you to use the full capacity of your phone's camera and translate that over to Discord, which is step number 8, by the way. Anyways, if you are on your iOS, may I tell you to get an Android, but if you don't want to and you have an iOS, you can use a program called Epoch Cam. Epoch Cam will allow you to, well, it's free and there's a paid version, but the free version is just as good, okay? It basically allows you to use your iOS device as a webcam. I'm almost certain that Irwin can also be used on the iOS. If it is, I would recommend Irwin because, again, it will allow you to use your entire 4K camera quality and translate that over to your remote duel setup. Now, the next thing on this list, and the one thing that you do need to spend money on, is a phone mount. Now, I know webcams directly clamp onto your monitor and allow you to adjust it to look down, but with the phone, you're gonna need both hands, okay? And you can't hold your phone and duel at the same time. So, I'm gonna have it up on the screen right here, right now. If you go to Amazon.com, you can order these very, very cheap phone mounts for $10 to $15, and they're very easy to set up. The phone goes in the phone clamp, and the mount clamps to your desk, and voila, there you go. You now have a top facing down 4K camera. Now, the next thing you're going to need is a computer and or laptop that you want your phone to connect to. Now, a lot of the apps that I told you about allow your phone to connect wirelessly to your desktop and or laptop, but if your internet cuts out, not only are you gonna get a match loss and or game loss, it's really annoying to get it set back up. So I recommend you guys to hardline your phone to your computer so no matter what happens, you always have that webcam always on. Konami is really strict about your webcam turning off because even if it turns off for about 3 seconds, you can like stack your hand. So you don't wanna do that and you never wanna be in that position to have to explain yourself. So please guys, make sure to hard connect your phone to your laptop and or desktop. Now, obviously, if you're watching this video, you have internet, so good. Internet, again, is something you do pay for and or don't, but you do need an internet connection to be able to remote duel because it's 2020 and We need internet. The next thing you're going to need is a program called Discord. Now, a lot of you guys already have Discord because if you are a gamer, okay, or an anime enthusiast that join a lot of Discord for anime talks, like RE0 and What Happens to Rem, and what would have happened if Natsuki chooses Rem over the other one. But yeah, you're gonna need Discord. Discord is very free and it's a very good tool, and that's where most locals actually host their tournaments. So you're gonna need Discord, download it right now. You can also download it on your phone and or desktop, but I recommend you obviously have it on your desktop because that is where you're gonna be playing local tournaments, okay? The last thing you're going to need is a locals to play at. Let's say, so you did steps 1 through 7. Now the last step is, where do I compete? The best thing about having locals online is you can play around the world. You're not limited to your local game shop now. I myself have been playing in California. I'm in New Jersey. The timing just works better because they start at like 5 p.m. their time, which is like 8 p.m. my time. So actually playing locals online is really good because you can pick and choose where you want to play depending on what time is best for you. So now that we got that all out the way, I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks and the best practices when it comes to remote dueling, okay? The most simplest and most obvious one is, first of all, keep both hands on the table and make sure all of your cards are visible. Konami is really strict with that, guys, and cheating is, pretty rampant in this game. So do your part to make sure that you follow and abide by all the rules set by Konami and the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bro code. It doesn't exist in writing, but it's there, and you know. Another really cool tip and trick is to have a headset, like a dedicated headset for your desktop and or laptop, all right, guys? It's really annoying when your opponent uses their phone for Discord, and every time you say something, you hear it back because the speaker is picking up in like a vicious cycle, It's like response, response. And you actually like hearing yourself twice is really off-putting. Another good tip and trick to remote dueling is to call your phases. Your opponent is not gonna know what you're doing because they can't really see your face or see the entirety of the game and game state. Do your part in saying, hey, draw phase, standby, main phase, battle phase, main phase 2, end phase, and end turn. That way it gives your opponent time to respond and allows them to play the game the way it was meant to be played. Another good tip in remote dueling is have a backup plan. A lot of things can go wrong, and Murphy's Law is very prevalent in life today. So what you want to do is make sure you have a backup. So if you do have a phone and a webcam and your phone dies, make sure that you can switch over to your webcam pretty seamlessly, but you might end up taking a game loss because Konami does say your webcam does need to be on at all times, and any time that it does go off, it may result in a game loss. Also, guys, make sure to tell your opponent what your card does. When you are remote dueling, your opponent can't pick up your cards and read it, because that's what we usually do. So make sure to tell your opponent exactly what your card does. But the beauty of being at home and remote dueling is you can have Google up. And if you don't know what your opponent's card does, read their card online, right? At the end of the day, the only person you can trust is yourself and basically how you perceive the card to work. So go over to google.com, and if your opponent plays a card that you've never heard of, make sure to look it up so you do not get scummed. All right, guys, another really good tip is communicate properly. Now, I know you guys are across the monitors and there's a keyboard between you guys, but let's not be that keyboard warrior. All right, guys, just be nice, just be courteous, and let's put our best foot forward and not have to deal with the the usual things you deal with on Dueling Book and stuff. You know who I'm talking to, you know who you are. Also, quickly, guys, if you do win locals, right, you are gonna need your OTS packs. And also, when you pay your entry fee, you also get OTS packs. Now, if you don't want to pay for shipping on OTS packs every week, ask your locals to hold your OTS packs until you've accumulated a number that you feel comfortable paying shipping for one time. And if you pull an OT, the PO box is down, the description box is down below. All right, guys, I think I've covered pretty much everything you need to get started on remote dueling. If there is something I haven't covered, make sure to comment down below. I will answer your comments, maybe in another video or just right there. And also, guys, if this is your first time here and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Guys, I hope you take these tips and tricks and kick butt at your next locals. And if you do, also comment down below and tell me what place you got, all right? Now, without further ado, guys, I've taken enough out of your day. Go get started. Go kick some butt, all right, guys? I'll catch you in the next one. This is Susu from HeadtoHead Battles. signing out.